Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my review of episode 1 for the Supra Chat of Mr. Supranational 2025. Welcome. So the Super Chat of Mr. Supranational has officially started as well, and episode 1 has already been released in the official YouTube channel of Mr. and Miss Supranational, and the candidates in episode 1 were Cambodia, China, India, Indonesia, South Korea, and Vietnam. So as usual, the same as what we're doing at Miss Supranational, I will be giving my commentaries to the performances of each candidate, and by the end of the video, I will be releasing the top 3 men that I think did well in this round, and it is also the same top 3 that I submitted as one of the judges for Super Chat. So let's begin with Cambodia. 𝐓𝐇𝐀𝐍𝐊. Cambodia seems like a very sweet person, although I was struggling a little bit to understand some of the words. I still commend him for trying his best in speaking English. Additionally, he is a medical doctor, which is quite impressive. Next we have China. 𝐻𝐿. Let me start by saying that China looked absolutely handsome. He looks so adorable, and for his introduction, I admire the way he speaks with so much confidence, calmness, and his resume is quite impressive. I also admire how he answered the question, especially the personal questions, because he seems like a person who is passionate for knowledge and learning. For the last question, his response was beyond impressive. Coming from someone who is new in pageantry, it is so refreshing to listen to his perspective and how he'll make use of this platform. So well done to China. Next we have India. Shubham Sharma. India seems very interesting, but I felt like I'd love for him to express himself a little bit more because his responses, especially for the second round, were quite limited. The questions were personal, so it would have been a great opportunity for him to showcase his personality, and I did love his intro in the first round, but I felt like the second round was a missed opportunity. For the last question, I was a little bit disappointed because I believe in the sense of purpose, which means questions like why are you here? Why did you decide to join? Why should you think you should win? These may appear as simple questions, but this digs out your purpose, your reason for being here. And unfortunately, his response didn't convince me. And good thing about Ivan is that he was able to follow up the question to him because he didn't really answer it. And although he was able to give a follow-up, it still didn't convince me that much. So I'm really hoping that he could work on this field because it's something that we really need to work, because he's a strong contender. He just needs to work. I'm not sure if he's nervous or since it's his first time in an international pageant. So I really hope that she could work on his interview skills. Next we have Indonesia. Musanir Afif. Indonesia just showed everyone how to do a proper introduction. It is about convincing and selling yourself, and his intro video was incredible. His intro just showed he is way beyond body and looks, and for the personal question, he actually made me love him even more because he's a very sweet person, very spontaneous and genuine as well when he talked about his family. For the last question, I think he proved that he is fully aware of his role, the processes of the pageantry, and what to expect in pageantry. His answer was simple and direct. Next, South Korea. Lee Seung-chan, when he shared his intro that he is working as a Coast Guard, that is actually kind of impressive. He was also able to introduce himself quite well in the English language. That's why when he switched to speaking Korean in the next round, it surprised me a little bit, yet I understood the need for him to express himself better. I really admire him because he is very vocal in expressing how proud he is in working and protecting his people. For the last question, his response was very literal, and I wish he expounded on it even more. Another missed opportunity, I believe. Last, Vietnam. 𝐷𝐂𝐀𝐀. Let me start by saying that Vietnam is a personal favorite. It really thrills me that he can speak English fluently. I know he did his introduction very well, and I'm very proud of him for doing that. He provided so many relevant and interesting information. His response to the second round were quite impressive as well, especially when he talked about his family and his interest in ecology and environment. He talked about these two topics so passionately and with heart, and it's one of the reasons why he won me over in this round. So, based on the performances of these 6 men for episode 1, here are my top 3 standouts. Third place, Vietnam. Second place, Indonesia. And my winner for episode 1 is China. So these are my top 3 standouts for episode 1 of Supra Chat from Mr. Supranational 2025. If you disagree with the result, remember that I'm only one of the many judges of 60% of the final result, and you may also affect the final outcome and winner of episode 1 because you control 40% of the vote by voting on the Mr. Supranational app. So, do you agree with my list and my commentaries? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.